This first week of Advent, we tell the story of Passionist Faithfulness. We find models of faithfulness within our Passionist story. St. Gemma Galgani, a lay Passionist, was drawn to the Passionist Charism and lived it daily. But Gemma, who wanted to join the Passionist Sisters Novitiate, was not accepted. Like St. Gemma, African American parishioners in Birmingham, Alabama, persist in their faithfulness as Catholics and with the Passionist Charism. Both St. Gemma and our Passionist family in Birmingham represent our historic past and our present.
Jesus, regardless of my misery, consoled me. It made me feel him always in my soul.
Faithfulness, we have to want to be in a Passionist parish. I like what they stand for. I like what the Passionists stand for. I like the idea of keeping the passion of Jesus alive and what we do. I like that. I identify with that.
We Passionists in a lot of our language, a lot of our documents talk about the crucified of today. What maybe Bob recognized, or Father Bob would recognize, is that, the African American situation in the US is a crucified of today. And so my thing has been often, we learn, if we're open and we learn about the passion from where we are. So I can learn about the passion from the experience of African American people in the South.
Well, when I began coming to Holy Family, we could no longer walk to church. So as Wade mentioned, it was a choice. I can remember my mother, since we didn't have a car and we lived back in a rural area outside of Birmingham, she had to, and there were no buses. So she had to get first a jitney, what was called then a jitney, a ride to a certain point in Ensley, and then walk about, 15 or 16 blocks, bringing my brother, who was then a little boy, to serve 7 o'clock Mass as an altar server, and she would get up with him and do that, faithfully. And it was just so inspiring to me. But that choice being made, once we saw what Catholicism offered, choosing that and still being committed now, 60 some odd years later, wanting to be a Catholic when, I believe in God. I believe God is omnipresent. I visit many other churches. I know many other religions, but I choose this one to walk my path of faith. And so, the choice is still there. We're still challenged to make the choice, both from the Passionist end, I think, and from our end as, lay people.
I think we had some of the best intentions in the world in some ways, because we founded the church, and with the sisters' help and the community's help, we built the schools, and the schools served the people, and the schools served the people well. But whether we ever wanted to make that further step, I don't know, I think is a different question for us.
I think that's still a question.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think that's still a question for a lot of the devout Passionists. How far am I willing to go?
To me, that's the only way you get beyond stereotypes and labeling and demonization, and all the rest is hearing the stories. You got to hear the stories.
You'll find the passion of Christ in Birmingham. If you want to reach out to those that have been left out and left behind, you can find it here. And I'm not saying this is the only place. I'm just saying that you can find that here.